Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Here's the first pitch. Hot shot. High fly ball. Deep right field, and this one is gone. A moonshot by Patrick Sullivan, and a hanging ball over the plate skies this one deep to right field. A 3-run homer in his debut, Patrick Sullivan.
And now we'll take you to the birthplace of baseball, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and Paul Downfield at historic Wacona Park.
Long hold, exhales, the 0-2. Hot shot past the diving second baseman Ricciardi. Another RBI single. They're going to round the next runner, and there will be no throw. A 2 RBI single by Brian McHale, and the game has been flipped for the momentum, and now the Suns lead it by a score of 5-2.
And now, here are your hosts for Pittsfield Suns Baseball. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to beautiful Paul Downfield at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, as the Pittsfield Suns get ready to take FCBL action against the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening and watching in. My name is Billy Madewell. Thank you so much for joining us. Alongside me, as always, my broadcast partner, Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn. Guys, the Suns had 9 hits and lost to 2 hits by a final score 4-3 on a walk-off loss yesterday, and a very tough loss against Brockton.
Well, I mean, it's back-to-back games now for Pittsfield against the Rocks, surprisingly enough, that it really seems like they, I don't want to use the word should have, but could have had our game here Monday night, in which, it was Saturday against the Rocks, in which it went to the home run derby after a tie late in the game. It's been tough for Pittsfield lately. They've been trying to get out of this. It's back-to-back losses, which in the stats doesn't necessarily, it's not a 5-6 game losing streak, but when it's games that you feel like you should have had, it can be tough to get out of. So looking at the lineup tonight, I think the Suns are putting their best foot forward in terms of trying to bounce back from some of these recent losses.
Well, last night was definitely a tough one. I mean, they had to come back in the 8th inning, and they did. They scored 3. There are only 3 runs in the 8th inning, but as Billy mentioned, ended up getting walked off on in the bottom of the 9th. But you look at the box score from last night, the Suns 3 runs on 9 hits, just 1 error. In Brockton, 4 runs on just 2 hits and 2 errors. So it's really one that the Suns let slip away late in the game. Their pitching wasn't up to par like we've seen. They had 17 strikeouts, but on the other side, they had 12 walks. So that really crushed them in that loss.
So for the Pittsfield Suns, they now face off against the Nashua Silver Knights, who I absolutely adore after last time that they were here, because while I wasn't in this broadcast booth, I was out in front of the pitcher's mound being cheered on by the Nashua Silver Knights players. And the left-handed batter's box, you see head coach for the Nashua Silver Knights, that is B.J. Neverett. And in the right-handed batter's box, that is pitching coach for the Suns, Brandon Shalikas. Behind home plate for tonight's contest will be Alan Liberdoni, and on the bases will be Mark Irish. So familiar faces here with balls and strikes as well as safe and out calls. So very good officiating crew here tonight, and we'll certainly see in a big matchup for the Pittsfield Suns. Again, they just keep treading water. Again, in this league, you can't tread water. If you're not floating and fighting to swim, you're sinking. It's very tough to stay par for the course in this league when you really have to go really at every single team every night in order to further advance yourself as a prominent team that you want to be taken seriously, especially deep into the playoffs potentially. So while we have this chance to do so, we're going to give you a quick trip around the FCBL.
Taking a look at some FCBL action from last night. Again, as we talked about, Brockton beat the Suns 4-3. The Suns put together 9 hits. Brockton scoring their 4 runs on only 2 hits. The Suns tied the game with a 3-run 8th inning, but Brockton walked off in the 9th. Jackson Peterson, Andrew Fernandez both homered for the Suns. Nashua beat the Westfield Starfires 10-4. Nashua put together 14 hits, including 2 players who had 3 hits each. Home runs in that game, Noah Lucier and Ben Cowles for Nashua. And, of course, the story of the night from that game, Cowles hit for the cycle against Nashua. Congratulations to him. Lastly, Bristol and North Shore putting up the runs. Bristol wins that one 16-10. 18 hits for the Blues, 11 hits for the Navigators. Navigators made it interesting with a 7-run 8th inning, but ultimately fell short. Zeke Diamond went 5 for 6 with a home run for the Blues. That was last night's games. Taking a look at the standings in the FCBL. Pittsfield, North Shore tied atop the standings, both 12-9. Brockton, 0 games back, but in third place due to a worse winning percentage. They're 13-10. Nashua, who has become relevant after their winning streak, is 12-10. They're only a half game back. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games. Bristol, again, just as I said, suddenly relevant, going on a 6-game winning streak. They're a game out of first place, 7-3 in their last 10, and 11-10 overall. Worcester, 9-11. They're 2.5 games back, and Westfield has lost 5 straight. They're 6-16, making them 6.5 games back of the pack. Lastly, today's action, North Shore and Worcester at Worcester. The Bravehearts lead 5-1 after putting up 4 runs in the first inning. That game's in the bottom of the 4th. Nashua and Pittsfield set to go in just a second. Westfield at Brockton. That game also set to kick off at 6:30. That is your look around the FCBL.
All right, as you can see, Matt Gedman getting home plate ready, as well as the rest of the field with watering down the dirt. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, a man who was on rest today, but a big homer yesterday for the Pittsfield Suns. We're talking about one of the 3 amigos for the catchers, that is Andrew Fernandez. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Now standing with catcher Andrew Fernandez for the Suns. Andrew, how's it going today?
Good. Have an off day today. Just feeling good, come off a tough loss, but hopefully get back on the W trail today.
Now, yeah, you talked about last night. It was a struggle for you guys. A lot of walks given up. You lost 4-2 after only giving up 2 hits collectively. But we're going to not talk about the pitching. Instead, we're going to be talking about the catching. You have one of the lowest stealing percentages in the league. A lot of guys try to run on you. You always gun them down. How were you able to get the pop time so low?
I just try to do my job. I mainly just try to throw accurate. The most important thing, I think, is throwing accurate and giving second baseman, shortstop a chance to get them out. And pitchers help me a lot, getting the ball quick to the plate and stuff. But main thing, man, I just try to be accurate.
Now, aside from also the throwing time, the pop time that is extremely low, we're talking milliseconds. It's really low down there. It's very quick. But also the blocking ability, the sliding ability. You're looking like an NHL goalie out there. How are you able to determine where the balls are? Because we've rarely seen a pass ball or wild pitch gone past you.
Man, I just try to stay clocked in always, locked in at every pitch, not take a pitch off, and stay on locked in every pitch, man. And the pitchers doing a pretty good job throwing strikes and help them out here and there, but they do a good job and take care of me.
Speaking of clocked in, you're also not just clocked in behind the plate, but also in the batter's box. A big home run yesterday in the loss. But able to see the contact and the power left out. You're one of the most well-rounded catchers in the league. How are you able to see the ball as opposed to instead of behind the plate, but also in the batter's box?
Well, I'm just feeling good right now at the plate. Coaches do a good job helping me hitting and stuff, and I'm seeing the ball well right now. Just trying to put good, nice swings on it, and I'm seeing the ball well, getting some hits here and there. Yesterday, running into one, but we lost yesterday, so hopefully we get a dub today.
Now, you're not the only one of the catchers who has a hit. It's actually all three of you guys. You got Malcolm, you got Peterson, you have yourself. All of you guys are in, I believe, the top 10 in hitting for the Suns, and one of you also is in the top 10 in hitting in the league. It's amazing to see such a catching core this deep, but also this well-rounded in terms of there's barely any wiggle room for there's this person better than this person. No, it's down the line. Do you feel like that's competition? Do you feel that's a way for you to grow as a player with the chemistry between your other two backstops in the team?
It's pretty cool. I mean, we help each other out. You know, you really don't see that many catchers being that good in the same team like that, but it's pretty cool. We help each other out here and there. And now I guess we're just all hot right now. We're all swinging it well.
Now, with you having the day off, the Pittsfield Suns looking back in the win column, as you said. But how are they going to be able to do this against a Nashua team where the last time you saw them here in Pittsfield, you lost due to a home run derby?
Well, we'll beat them. We won't go to home run derby this time. Hopefully we just take the dub just in the regular game.
Andrew Fernandez wanted to keep it within 9 innings, let alone 10, but we'll certainly see. Andrew Fernandez, catcher for the Pittsfield Suns. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day off.
Thank you.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
Huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
Because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. As you just heard the tail end of our national anthem, we are all set for Pittsfield Suns baseball. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Nashua Silver Knights.
You get the visiting Nashua Silver Knights starting lineup. They're going as follows. Starting in left field is going to be number 41, Kyle Sandstrom. At third base is number 7, Noah Lucier. In right field, number 18, Jared Dupere. The designated hitter is number 6, Dylan Jones. The shortstop, number 1, Benjamin Cowles. The first baseman is number 37, Joe Bramanti. Catching is number 4, Jack Aaron. At second base and batting eighth is number 5, Luis Atiles. And rounding out the lineup for the Nashua Silver Knights in center field is number 8, Ben Irvine. And later on, after this top half of the inning, you'll see number 35, Patrick Harrington on the mound for the Nashua Silver Knights.
But for the Pittsfield Suns, they are going to have a very reliable pitcher on the mound for them, and that is Mike Noki. 2 starts. He is converted from a closer last season to a starter this season. In 2 starts, he has 11 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, none of them earned. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, has a 2-0 record with no ERA, sitting at a goose egg right now at 0.
Taking a look at the defensive alignment for your Suns this afternoon, Mike Noki is, of course, on the mound being caught by Jackson Peterson. From third to first, it's Beckett, Osmond, Berry, and Colley. And left to right across the outfield, Bogus, Trenkel, and Coley gets the start in right field. That is the defensive alignment for your Pittsfield Suns.
Outfield dimensions at Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park come as follows. 310 down the left field line, 377 in straightaway left. 374 slides in by 3 feet in dead center field. Then the power alley 403, the deepest part of the ballpark, sits in right center field, as down the right field line sits 305. For the Pittsfield Suns, it's not just about getting hits here today, and it's not just about having the game get away for your pitching. It's got to be taking advantage of the hitting and not surrendering walks. The two main focal points of what the Suns did not do yesterday ended up as a huge detriment, losing 4-3 after only giving up 2 hits and giving up 4 total runs. So the Suns are going to have to watch the ball fours and try to keep those to a minimum, as well as take advantage of runners in scoring position.
Of course, we've yet to see what this game will bring, but I have the feeling this could be sort of a statement game for the Suns today. You had a couple tough losses back-to-back. Sometimes that happens. That happens to good teams even, but the good teams bounce back and they're able to cement themselves as skilled both offensively and defensively. I think the Suns have a chance to do that tonight.
Here's the first pitch of tonight's contest. The pitch is outside for a ball. This ball game starting off at 6:33 p.m. Count is 1-0 to the left fielder, number 41, Kyle Sandstrom, who lobs this one over to short. Scooped there by Osmond to throw over to first in time. Coming into the game, Sandstrom was batting .317 with a homer, 14 RBI. One of 5 Silver Knights in double digits with RBI, but he's going to be sent down as the first hitter of the ball game with a ground out. 6-3 goes the put out for third baseman number 7, Noah Lucier.
Well, that's a good rangy play there by Osmond. We've seen it out of him. He's got the range at shortstop. He's got the arm strength to get it across the diamond in a hurry, and he did just that there. Nice first out.
Lucier batting .294, a homer, 5 RBI. This one right back to the breadbasket of Noki, and he says no way. That'll be a line out to the pitcher.
Nice play there by Noki. Making that play with no problem. Came right back at him. Wasn't hit too hard, but nice play overall.
Now the right fielder, number 18, Jared Dupere. Dupere batting .273 in 21 games played, 4 homers, 14 RBI. And he will swing and foul tip this one back into the mitt there of Peterson. The count is 0-1.
These two teams got to be awfully familiar with each other. So the third time they're playing each other in the last about 5 days or so. So second time here at Wacona.
This one is lifted into shallow center. That one will dip down, beating the shift. And that'll be a base hit there for Jared Dupere with a weak line drive single into center, bring out the designated hitter number 6, Dylan Jones.
Well, sorry, go ahead, Colin.
They're getting pretty aggressive here early in the counts and swinging quite early. I mean, I was only a couple pitches into the at-bat and a single for the Silver Knights and bringing up Dylan Jones, who's one of the go-getters here for the Silver Knights team.
Well, he's far and away their best hitter, 22 for 62. That's 355, 17 RBI.
Also a homer as this one's jotted towards third. Good, diving lob and scoop. Osmond kind of confused me there playing shadow, but a great slide, great throw from Beckett. That'll end the inning, as that one really cut me into a tongue twister there because I really didn't know who had it, because it was Osmond who deked me, but it was Beckett who had it all along. And I lose clue. We head to the home half of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We head to the home half of the first. No score between the Pittsfield Suns and the Nashua Silver Knights as we present to you the starting lineup for your Pittsfield Suns.
For the Pittsfield Suns, leading off in right field, number 23, Mark Cooley. The designated hitter, number 27, Matt Malcolm, bats second. Batting third is the second baseman, number 43, Connor Barry. The catcher, number 13, Jackson Peterson, bats fourth. Bryce Osmond's at short, wearing number 16, batting fifth. Caden Trenkle is number 36 in center field, batting sixth. Jeff Bogus is in left field, batting seventh. Jack Colley is over at first base here tonight. He'll be batting eighth, and Taylor Beckett, who just made that play for the third out of the inning, is batting ninth. And they'll be taking on, as I mentioned, number 35, Patrick Harrington for the Nashua Silver Knights.
As we take a peek at Harrington for the visiting Nashua Silver Knights, pretty reliable starter. He's one of their best starters, actually. Harrington, 4 starts, has a 2-1 record. In 19 and a third innings, he's given up 15 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 6 walks to 19 strikeouts, has a 2.32 ERA.
Taking a look at the defensive alignment for the Nashua Silver Knights this afternoon. Again, Patrick Harrington will be on the mound, being caught by Jack Aaron. From third to first, it's Lucier, Cowles, Achilles, and Bermanti. From left to right across the outfield, Sandstrom, Irvine, and Dupere. That is the defensive alignment for the Nashua Silver Knights.
Suns typical home white uniforms, black. Suns edged out in yellow, red numbers on the left abdomen. Black numbers edged out in yellow on the back. White pants with a black and yellow trim down the side. The usual white cap, black cap, black brim with the Sunspeed logo. As the right fielder, number 23, Mark Coley, will step up to the dish. Coley, a very reliable base runner for the Suns. They're hoping to get him on base. Coley batting .304 on the season. Sees first pitch outside, 1-0. He's got 3 homers, 13 RBI. 6 walks, also 6 hit by pitches, and that easily leads the team. And he has 13 strikeouts, but 7 for 8 in stolen base attempts. That is a big number for the Suns. Very aggressive base runner, a la Chad Shade for the 2018 squad. 2-0, swung on foul back.
Taking a look at this lineup today, I'm so excited to see this. This is a stacked lineup for the Pittsfield Suns. You've got all the best hitters out there, with the exception of maybe Kalumovic and the aforementioned Andrew Fernandez. I mean, you can't have them all, but you can have most of them, and the Suns have most of them today.
The 2-1 is thrown high. Now 3-1 to Coley. And very reliable base runner for the Suns, as this one's jacked deep to left. Going back here is Sandstrom. He's going to look up and watch that one go over the 377 marker. And just like that, Coley leads it off for the Suns with a solo shot to left field. And the Suns are up 1-0 on the solo bomb.
These Suns can hit the ball. Wow, my goodness. They like to go yard. When they hit it hard and they hit it far. And that's exactly what Mark Coley does here.
I mean, I don't want to say I said it, but I kind of said it.
You do want to say you said it.
This is going to be fun, man.
And that one literally just went over the 377 marker, so that one probably went about 380, if that, maybe more. Here's the DH, number 27, Matt Malcolm, who is a big hitter for the Suns. First pitch, he's going to look at this one, go out of the zone, 1-0. Malcolm, 321 batter, 3 homer, 8 RBI, 11 total walks, including hit by pitches, 11 strikeouts, pretty even there, but also a speedy catcher, going 4 for 5 in his attempts. The 1-0 is fouled off.
Yeah, speedy catcher, not words you often hear said, but with Malcolm, it's very true. He's got the legs.
Malcolm as well for qualified batters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in the league in hitting, as this one is shot foul first base side. That one's going to go out of play. Oh, boy. That literally went into the beer tent, if you will. Right over, I believe. Yeah, that's Sarah Hober over there. And luckily that tent's there. That's all I'm going to say. Here's the 1-2. As this one curves, just does not hit the inside part of the plate as it missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody gone. 1 run in. A solo shot by Mark Coley to kick off the contest. And the 2-2. High fly ball. This one shading out to right. Going back as the second baseman to Tilly's. But Dupere will charge in. And he will make the catch after almost losing it.
Well, it looked like the second baseman at Tilly's seemed like he had it at first. And Dupere wasn't in any hurry to come in and back him up. And Achilles eventually kind of gave up on it. Dupere had to charge in and secure that one. I suppose no harm, no foul, but almost an interesting play in right field.
Second baseman number 43, Connor Berry, is now going to step up to the dish for the Suns. And the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Berry, limited action, but leading the team in, well, not qualified batters. 435. He's 10 for 23. With a couple walks and 3 strikeouts. Here's a windup from Harrington, the 1-1. This one lifted out into right center field, charging his right and center fielder, but this one is going to get down for a bloop single there by Connor Berry.
Just the right amount of twist to it, twisting out into right center, directly in between Irvine and Dupere. Neither one of them had much of a shot at it.
The catcher number 13, Jackson Peterson, going to be digging in from the left-hand side. And for Peterson, Quite a season for this young man. For Peterson, looking at him, 281 batter, 5 homers in a league-leading 18 ribbies. First pitch is going to go below the meniscus line, below the knees. The count is 1-0.
He has snuck up on Brockton's Mitch D'Onofrio for a chance at league leader in home runs.
1-0 misses low and outside. Trying to frame that one was Aaron to no avail.
He's got 5 on the year. D'Onofrio with 6. That gap much closer now than it was a few games ago.
Huge lead for Barry on first. 2-0. Is swung on that one, foul tipped into the mitt of Aaron. 2-1 with 1 gone. With as much as Barry has been leading, guys, I'm not surprised about a hit and run attempt here.
Oh, I wouldn't be either.
Looks that way. Big lead over there at first, really.
It's going to get even bigger. Watch the inside leg. And this pitch, the curve, is in there for a called strike. 2-2, 1 gone. 2 hits for the Suns. A solo shot by Mark Coley to kick off the contest offensively for the Suns. A bloop single there for Connor Barry. Peterson waiting as Barry has, again, a huge lead. This one chopped over towards first. Glove there by the first baseman, Bramante. Throw over to short for 1. Back over to Bramante for the double play. The 3-6-3 double play will end the inning, but not before the Suns get up on top very early. A 1-0 lead off the solo shot of Mark Coley. 2 total hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Rather, nobody left. We now head through 1 full inning of play to the top of the second. Suns lead it 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Now to the top of the second. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up for the first time for the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. And leading that off is going to be the shortstop, number 1, Benjamin Cowles. The man with a cycle yesterday. His statistics are not fully complete, but going into the game, again, these are incorrect stats because the game in Westfield appropriate stats are not completed and not finished. But for Cowles, batting unofficially .229 with 2 homers, 12 RBI. And as we saw in the first, they're trying to hit early, and they're trying to hit often, that being the Silver Knights. We'll see how the Suns can react to that. Good first inning there by Noki. A lot of strikes, only 1 ball thrown. In fact, they threw less than 10 pitches. That one's first pitch swinging over to short, over to Osman. Almost lost the grip. Throw over to first is in time. Great way to recover there from Osman. The oh-so-reliable glove and arm over at short as Cowles grounds out to his own position.
Really is blowing me away how aggressive these Silver Knights are being here on Noki, trying to get first or second pitch into play. And hasn't really worked out thus far.
Absolutely. This is going to be one of those games where it's going to be an hour in. We're going to be in the 6th inning. It keeps up like this.
First baseman number 37, Joe Bramante, is going to step up to the dish. As the first pitch swinging also. This one is over the first baseman's head into right field. Coley is going to cut this one off and hold that to a seeing eye single. Great job for Bramante going into the ball game, batting .257, no homers, 11 RBI, but an unsightly 25 strikeouts. And now here's the catcher number 4, Jack Aarons. Aarons much better there, 273 batter. No homers, 8 RBI. He's got 15 total walks, including hit by pitches, which is only 6 strikeouts. So he is a very reliable bat when it comes to taking pitches as well. And he will do so with the first pitch. That one's in there on the outside corner against the lefty for a called strike.
He's a guy that can hit from both sides of the plate, too. So it's always a benefactor.
Time is called. Bramante, very short lead over on first. Here's the 0-1, pitch well high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Noki with the 1-1. That one does hit the outside corner, just barely. Good job of painting the black there from the reliable righty, Mike Noki. And Field playing a double play depth. Second baseman there, Barry, playing in between. The 1-2. This one, a line drive over to the shortstop, and it's caught and dropped. A throw over to first. Time is going to be called. You cannot intentionally drop a ball like that. So that is going to be officially ruled as a line out. Osmond trying to deke the umpires, but you cannot do that. You cannot intentionally drop it. Osmond talking with Mark Irish right now, laughing a little bit at that. But that will officially go down as a line out.
Can't say I've seen that before, but I'm not surprised that that happened.
If it was a pop-up, the whole thing with Ian Kinsler, that is totally fine, but you cannot intentionally drop a ball in order to induce a ground ball double play. Second baseman number 5, Luis Atiles. We'll see the first pitch low for a ball 1-0. Atiles, 17 games, has not gotten it going offensively. Only 9 for 48. That's 188. No homer, 6 RBI. So this one's on the third baseline, but just foul.
Struggling a little bit indeed is Atiles, but yesterday in the game against the Starfires, he was 3 for 5 and had 3 RBIs. So maybe a little start of something to come for Luis.
Here's a 1-1. That one misses. Now 2-1. Noki, the 2-1, well inside. Almost got a piece there of Atiles. The count is 3-1. A little bit more meticulous this inning for the Silver Knights. Not the first 2 batters, both swinging on the first pitch, but for Aarons and Atiles, almost doubling the pitch count of last inning. 3-1. Oh, that one's high chin music, and that one's going to walk Atiles there. I'm sure his blood's going to pump after that one. And now we'll bring up the center fielder, number 8, Ben Irvine. Irvine, 211 hitter, no homers, 4 RBI, 13 walks to 10 strikeouts. There's runners on first and second. For the first time, the Silver Knights have a runner in scoring position. Noki with the first pitch, taking and catching the outside corner. Irvine will see an 0-1 count. Today on Ladies Night Out and Run for the Suns, presented by Berkshire Running Center. Had a pregame race, I believe it was a 5K, as this one also hits the outside corner about thigh high. 0-2, 2 gone. Suns lead at 1-0 here in the top of the second. Here's the 0-2. That one cut on him. No, it's fouled off.
Maybe just barely getting a piece of that one. I didn't really hear much, but
no, neither did I. But they would know better than we.
Exactly.
They're
We're
closer to
up
the
here
action.
and they're down here. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Here's the 0-2. That one also shot foul right down at home plate. The count will remain 0-2. Irvine staying alive here on an 0-2 count. Vermonte on second. Attili's over on first. Attili's the more experienced runner, we'll say. The 0-2 is a high chopper off the plate. And let's see, the throw over to first is not in time. A great infield single by Ben Irvine. That one way high on the plate, and it's Noki who lost himself as well, but that's going to go down as a base hit. And the bases are now loaded as here comes Brandon Chalikas to go out and talk with Noki.
Weird play there. I'm kind of a little surprised that Noki went over to cover first as Cauley played that one, coming way off his bag to do so. I would have figured that ball goes to the second baseman, Barry, but not to be. And the Knights have the bases loaded here in the top of the second.
But a good chopper off the plate from Ben Irvine, who kept smacking the pitch foul in the dirt. This one hitting the plate and in his benefit. So Sandstrom, who grounded out to short last time up, will now take his axe. Infield straightaway here. Noki with the first pitch. Swing in down the right field line, but foul. That would have scored at least 2 runs, if not all 3 men on base. PJ Neverett in the third base coach's box, and Jeff DuPont over at the first base coach's box. Here's the 0-1. That one just misses the outside corner. We'll say high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Noki will set. And the 1-1. That one called strike pretty much right in there. To the surprise of Sandstrom, I wasn't acknowledging that. I don't think Sandstrom realized that it was right down the plate, or maybe he wasn't even expecting it. But he's now set with a 1-2 count.
Definitely caught him off guard a little bit there.
1-2. Curve, this one too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded here for the Silver Knights as they're down 1-0 in the top of the second. Noki has a sign, and the 2-2. Hot shot this one over towards short. Backhanded by Osmond. Throw over to first in time, and they get rid of the threat with practical ease. As in the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded with 3 men on base. We now head through 1.5 to the bottom of the second with your Pittsfield Suns leading the Nashua Silver Knights by a score of 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Did you know the 3rd leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network at Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn on the call here as the Pittsfield Suns are taking on the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. We head to the bottom of the second with a 1-0 lead for the Suns, and leading off the inning is shortstop number 16 today. That is Bryce Osmond. Here's the first pitch, well outside, 1-0. Osmond on the season, batting .214, a bit of a slow start. In 8 games played, he's batting 6 for 28, 2 homers, 7 RBI. That one jotted foul and out of play.
Well, some really fine defensive work by Osmond in this game. We've seen he has the arm strength to get across the diamond, even from deep short. A little wild in some of his earlier games.
That one also shot foul.
But he's really been dead on today, and especially in when he's needed to be. He has been dead on to first base. As a former shortstop myself, I tip my cap to Bryce Osmond.
Here's a 1-2, a high fly ball in the center field area. Center fielder calling off the shortstop, and Irvine will look up and collect the out. Pretty standard play there for Irvine. We'll bring up the fellow center fielder, number 36, Caden Trenkle. Trenkle on the season, 8 games played, 7 for 35. That is 1/5. So 200, a homer, 3 RBI. First pitch. That one misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
Trenkle's a guy that started off really hot for the Suns. Went 2 for 6, had 2 runs in his first game, but has cooled off.
This one does hit the lower outside quadrant, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. It evens up.
He flashed the power during our last home game here, homering alongside Bryce Osmond early on.
That one off the end of the bat into the mid there of Aaron's.
Or was that Saturday? It might have been Saturday.
Nashua?
It was Saturday, yeah.
It was Saturday, yes. Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
That's why we have 3 people in the booth, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude.
Here is the 1-2. Curveball, and trying to defensively swing at this one with succession is Trenkle. Fouls it off, remains 1-2.
This guy that battles, he was 0 for 5 yesterday. The game against Brockton had 3 strikeouts, so looking to bounce back after a tough night.
1-2. That one misses high, and the count is 2-2. Trenkle only 1 walk on the season. 2-2. High fly ball out to left. Underneath this one is Sandstrom. And he will reach up, almost lost it at the last second, but does collect the out. Oh boy, would that have been embarrassing or what?
Would have been pretty awkward, man. I saw that glove sort of dart over to the left side of his body at the very last second.
Left fielder number 18, Jeff Bogus. Bogus, middle of the pack for the Suns, pretty much. Actually, Bogus is batting .235, and the team average is .252. So, yeah, a little bit ahead of par course there. Bogus has 7 RBI, 12 walks, 14 strikeouts, but a perfect 5 for 5 on the base pass and stealing. Harrington with the windup and the first pitch. We'll see strike 1. With a nod, again, Harrington winds and deals. This one misses high, however. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1. That one also misses high. 2-1. Here's a 2-1. That one shots low. 3-1 is the count. Harrington delivers. 3-1 is inside, and that'll be a walk, the first one of the ball game. And we'll bring up the first baseman, number 21, Jack Cawley.
I was about to say, it would behoove these Suns batters to sort of stay patient against Harrington right now. He's delivered at least 2 balls to all but one of the batters he's faced so far.
Colley, 14 games, but only batting 11 for 55. That's 200. No homers, 3 RBI, 7 walks, leading the team in strikeouts, unfortunately, with 25. Sees the first pitch called, strike 0-1.
A guy that just hasn't gotten it going at the plate, but his defense has been nothing short of exceptional.
That one is slap foul, first base line. 0-2, actually, for Colley. He's tied with 2 other men for second in the league in strikeouts. Walsh of Westfield currently leads with 26. The 0-2 is, this one is swung on and no contact is made. The tag is applied. And that is going to end the inning on the strikeout, 2 unassisted putout. We now head through 2 full innings of play to the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Suns lead at 1-0, heading to the top of the third. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Suns head to the top of the third currently with a 1-0 lead thanks to the right fielder Mark Coley with a solo shot for his mama, who is in the stands here today. Thank you, Mark Coley Sr. Believe it's senior. Unless it's me, where I'm the fourth, my dad's the third. But thank you very much, Mr. Mark Coley, father of Mark Coley. Third baseman number 7, Noah Lucier. He lined out to the pitcher his last time up. First pitch. He's going to actually take a pitch this time as it's out of the zone, 1-0. This one is an open-ended swing, just going off the barrel of the bat. Noki awaiting the sign, has it, the 1-1. This one jotted over towards short. Osmond's pretty busy today. Throw over to first in time.
Hasn't made any mistakes yet. Has been busy, like you mentioned, but been perfect over there at shore. Is just been really great to watch him all season long, really. Could have been a top 10 pick in the MLB draft, decided to go to college, and now he's here making some great plays.
Right fielder number 18, Jared Dupere, single to center his last time up. They're going to play the shift here. This one jotted over towards short on the second base side. A throw over to first in time. The shift is a detriment there for the pull hitter Dupere.
Fifth 6-3 put out in 2 2/3 here for the Suns.
Twice by Sandstrom, once by Lucier, once by Dupere, and once by the man on deck, Cowles. But here's the designated hitter number 6, Dylan Jones. Yeah, very active is Bryce Osmond here today. Here's the first pitch. That one dead red, and the count is 0-1. Noki with the windup. The 0-1 does hit the outside corner. He can't believe it. Plate umpire Alan Liberdoni saying get back in the batter's box. Crowding the plate now is Jones. And here's the 0-2. That one is slapped foul. We'll go again from 0-2. No key will set. And the 0-2. This one is lifted into left center field. Charging there is Trinkle and Bogus. And it will be Trinkle, the center fielder, who will lose his hat, just as well as Bryce Osmond, the shortstop. It'll be the center fielder who will collect the putout in the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head through 2.5 to the bottom of the third. Suns lead it 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Leading off the third, the only man not to come to home plate to take his axe, third baseman number 28, Taylor Beckett, for the Pittsfield Suns. With a slow windup, Harrington with the first pitch. Just misses the inside corner. Count is 1-0. Beckett only 5 games played, but 1 for 17, 3 RBI, 0.59 average. That pitch does get in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1 ball, 1 strike count. That one fouled way back. Harrington will wind and set up the 1-2 pitch. A jotter over towards third, glove there by Lucier. Throw over to first in time. Beckett grounds out to his own position and leads to the top of the lineup with Mark Coley. Again, we already talked about it. The only run of the ball game belongs to this young man with a home run and his mother in the crowd. What a great day to have your mother in the crowd here.
For sure, man. Hey, you never know. That's got to be the extra motivation to put one over the wall.
Especially when it's your mother's birthday, no less.
My heart, I love it.
Pitch, this one hits the lower outside corner. Count is 0-1. We didn't mention so already. Happy birthday, Mrs. Coley. Here's the 0-1. Hot shot over towards first. Almost ate up Bramante, but instead he'll eat up play over at first. Good hustle there by Coley. Even though he was dead to rights, he still wanted to gut it out.
Number 27,
Well, now it seems the script has been flipped, and the Suns are getting relatively aggressive here on Harrington, whereas the Silver Knights have kind of waited a little bit and got some pitches from Noki.
DH Matt Malcolm flew out to right on the pushed out last time up. as that one ate up Aaron, the catcher, misses a zone 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 off the end of the bat. That one's going to slowly dribble to Brandon Shalikas about 3/4 of the way there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is the 1-1. That one misses high for a ball, 2-1. Harrington delivers as this one's a hot shot. Almost ate up Lucier on a weird hop. A throw over to first is in time, and a couple groundouts to the corner infielders will end the inning. 5-3, 3 unassisted, 5-3 once more. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. A third of the way through the contest, and the Pittsfield Suns still lead it by a score of 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette,
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
and another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes, I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
Now to the top of the 4th for the Suns and the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. It'll be the beginning of the middle of the order, that is. It'll be Cowles, Bramante, Aaron, the 5, 6, 7 batters. Starting with Benjamin Cowles, and during the inning, we're going to give you a quick trip around the FCBL as well as the MLB. First pitch, a high fly ball deep to left. Turning around there is Bogus. He's going to reach up. It's going to go well past him towards the outfield wall. They're going to throw in and keep it to third as Cowles continues an impressive night from last night with a leadoff double in the 4th.
Well, he got a good piece of that one, and it looks like Jeff Bogus was playing relatively in on Cowles, and Cowles made him pay for that one as they smoked one over his head, over Bogus's head, and in there for a double.
Joe Bramante will step up to the dish now. Loop single to right his previous time up. First pitch swinging, and this one almost lost the grip of the bat there. You saw him readjust. Thankfully did not. Otherwise, that would have scared a couple of people. Here's the 0-1. That one misses inside. A ball, a strike, nobody gone, right around second. Step off on a pickoff motion. Here's the 1-1. This one. Did that go off the butt of the bat? It did.
If
you haven't seen a ball hit off the butt of the bat, it is the most low pitch thunk you have ever heard. Here's a 1-2. A check swing missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the 2-2. This one a hot shot here towards Osmond. He's going to look the runner back, throw over to first in time. Again, it's Osmond, who I believe has almost half the assists here in the ball game. Gets another. And also holds the runner. So bring up another man who has an actual put out to short. Catcher number 4, Jack Arendt.
Yep. 7 of the outs has been recorded by Bryce Osmond out of 15. So
we're almost there. First pitch, and that will be high there to Arendt. Want to know, watch the unassisted double play here on the lineouts tag on second.
I believe that is what is known as putting in work.
Hasn't he done so already? Pitch does hit the lower outside corner after a generous call. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike.
Generous call, but a consistent one thus far in this game.
I do agree.
I think it was Aaron who got the same call as a strike in his last at bat.
Pickoff motion back towards second again. No throw, just, hey, I see you over there kind of motion. Here's the 1-1, a high fly ball to shallow left. Shortstop will grab it, and I was halfway there. Thrown by Osmond is in the dirt, but right there is the third baseman there, Beckett. So that's a pop out to short.
Well, Jeff Bogus over there in left field. Very lucky that Bryce Osmond was able to see that ball in the air, because as soon as it was hit off the bat, Jeff Bogus threw his hands up saying, I don't know where that is. And luckily enough, Bryce Osmond was able to find that out in short left and make the catch.
Luis Attiles walked on a 3-1 pitch that cut a little chin music almost. And the first pitch, slow roller, over towards the second baseman, Barry. He'll scoop, flip, and throw out the runner. That will do it for this inning here in the top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We now head through 3.5 to the bottom of the 4th. The Pittsfield Suns still lead it by a current score of 1-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality. So it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school. And if you see a student with one, or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
It'll be the heart of the order for the Suns. 3, 4, 5, Barry, Peterson, Osmond. And it was Connor Barry who had a good shot single to right center field in his previous time up. First pitch looking, and this one missing high. 1-0.
Harrington settled down nicely after that first inning, giving up 2 hits and the home run to Coley. put down 6 of the next 7 batters he's faced.
That one skied out first base side, well out of play and out of the ballpark. Here's a 1-1, a high drive deep to center. Going back is Irvine. He's going to look up, and it's going to go off the wall. A throw into second, almost nobody covering, but the throw is overthrown. So the cutoff man, Cowles, goes to Achilles at second. And, guys, that one was about maybe 3 feet vertically from being a home run, but instead it's a leadoff double by Connor Berry.
He put a charge into that one and now puts a man on for the home run king, Jackson Peterson. See if we can see some magic here.
And you're right, home run king with a home run yesterday. Unfortunately, last time up, he grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. Does lead the league in RBI with 18. Would love to improve that here. Harrington from the stretch and the pitch. Hot shot, this one going into right center field, and it will go in front of the right fielder, and they are going to wave the runner. Here comes the throw home. The throw home is offline, and let's see, the dive is not in time. That'll be an RBI single by Jackson Peterson, helped by the great base running and avoidance there by Connor Berry. And the Suns now lead it by a score of 2-0.
What a fantastic slide there by Connor Berry. The catcher, Aaron, missed the original tag. And Connor Berry had to dive and get a piece of home plate before Aaron was able to make another attempt at a tag. And it goes in the Suns' favor, and they lead it out 2-0.
Shortstop number 16, Bryce Osmond, skied out to center. Big lead there for Peterson. And this one lunging in front of it, going into left center field. Let's see, the left fielder dives, and it will come in and out of the glove. The shot throw over to second, it's not in time. Back-to-back base hits by Berry, Peterson, Osmond. Now here for Trinkle with runners on first and second, and still nobody gone.
Of course, as soon as I say that about Harrington settling down, 3 straight hits for the Suns. He's definitely settling down, guys. That's what's happening.
So Caden Trinkle looking to get on the action.
Looking like we might have a sun delay here soon.
Very soon.
It's starting to get in my eyes.
As this one gets underneath the catcher. Oh, that was a good moment for Jackson Peterson to actually dart towards third. And like the catcher there, Aarons, it was just Peterson who was dancing over at second, didn't see where the ball went. It's a ball, 1-0. Here's a 1-0 from Harrington. This one headed over towards second. A flip over to short. Throw over to first is not in time. Good stretch there by Bramante, but now the runners are on the corners with one gone.
From Kansas State University,
That'll be a fielder's choice. Vargas on a 3-1 pitch, walked. Runners on the corner, one gone. Trinkle on first, good lead. First pitch swinging in the gap between short and third into left field. And an RBI single, this time by the left fielder, Jeff Vargas. And the Suns lead it 3-0.
Suns really have it going on here in this bottom of the fourth inning, making some good contact here against Harrington. And they're getting runners to the plate.
Well, with this many big bats in the lineup today, you had to figure it was only a matter of time.
Now runners on first and second with one gone. And it appears we are going to have a meeting on the mound, which will give us the opportunity to go with a quick trip around the FCBL.
Taking a look at FCBL action today. The first of a doubleheader between North Shore and Worcester has gone final. Worcester winning that one 6-1. The second of those two games is about to kick off. Westfield leads the Brockton Rocks 3-1 in the top of the fourth. And your Pittsfield Suns now lead the Nashua Silver Knights 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. That is your look around the FCBL. Taking a look at some MLB action. We have a few games in progress. Rays and Twins are tied 2-2 in the top of the 18th. Top of the second, no score, Nats, Marlins. Some games already gone final. The Rangers beat the Tigers 3-1. Pirates beat the Astros 10-0, despite the Astros putting up 9 hits, no runs on the board. Phillies beat the Mets 6-3. Brewers 4-2 over the Mariners. Cubs beat the Braves 9-7. Craig Kimbrell getting his first save as a Cub in his first appearance. Looking at some games later to come tonight, 8:40 first pitch, Dodgers at Rockies, 9:45 D-backs at Giants, A's at Angels, 10:07. That is your scoreboard for the MLB. A couple of fun stories coming across.
As Collie sees 2 back-to-back pitches that hit the zone, it's 0-2 with 2 men on, 1 gone. Suns have 2 in the inning. They lead it 3-0 as Harrington gets sats from the stretch.
MLB All-Star starters are being unveiled live on ESPN right now.
As that one's fouled off first base side. Go ahead.
I will save that one for the potential Sun delay. And, the farther we get from 7 o'clock, the more of them that will be on the list. Of course, Craig Kimbrell earning a save in his first Cubs appearance. And here's a fun one for you guys. What's the one thing that can bring the Red Sox and Yankees managers together?
The 0-2 is a foul ball. The count remains 0-2. I'm assuming a loss to the Blue Jays, the Rays, the Orioles.
Big Bird. Apparently,
Aaron
Boone and Alex Cora appeared on a video released by Sesame Workshop. Big Bird broke up an argument between Boone and Cora, teaching them respect, telling them it would be wicked cool to forget about it and be kind.
This one goes in and out of the glove there of the catch, and that'll get rid of the double play attempt on the pass ball. Vance in a second is going to be Bogus replacing Trenkle, who took third.
That has been your look around again, and we will have more about the All-Star selections when we get to our Sun delay in just a few short minutes, as it would seem.
So the infield is in now, and the 1-2. Well, that one gets away as well, as incoming is the runner on the wild pitch. And the Suns now lead it 4-0 on the very wild pitch there by Harrington. It looks like they're just getting someone warmed up over there in the left field bullpen. So that's an unearned run because of the pass ball. Here's a pitch. This one fouled off. We'll go again to 2-2, as this will be the 8th pitch of the plate appearance. Harrington again, the 2-2. This one, however, cut on and missed for strike 3. So Colley goes down again on strikes. Bring up third baseman number 28, Taylor Beckett, who grounded out to third last time up. And now they are going to have the infield go back to their respective normal designations.
Looks like Joe Grassett is up in the bullpen for the Nashua Silver Knights. 5'10" senior from the University of Hartford, getting warmed up.
First pitch swinging this one over towards second. Glove there by Achilles. The throw over to first in time. They will get out of the threat further, but not before. It's the Pittsfield Suns who do a lot of damage. They get 3 runs off of 4 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We now head through 4 full to the top of the 5th, and it's the Pittsfield Suns who lead it now by a score of 4-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey.
Just what?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now the top of the fifth, and he'll start with the bottom of the order. Ben Irvine, who will chop this one over to second. Barry will glove, flip, and collect the first out of the inning on the first pitch of the inning as the center fielder Irvine. Well, he hit a single to first base his last time up on a high chopper off the plate, but this one is a grounder to second for the first out of the inning.
Number 41, Kyle Sandstrom.
Kyle Sandstrom, however, it's pretty easy to expect where this one's going to go to. Kyle Sandstrom in the first and second innings, grounded out too short each time. Noki gathering the sign. Time is called. Looks like an equipment malfunction there by Peterson.
Well, it looks like they're deciding they can see the ball for sun delay.
That's
what it looks like more to me. Yeah, they definitely are. Carl Sandstrom looking right in the sun's field.
They're going to play on players, and it is still going to be an at-bat. Sandstrom is going to take his hacks. We'll play umpire asking both men if they're all right. They both agree. And Berdoni says play ball. First pitch. Call and strike, 0-1.
Interesting to note this season, Kyle Sandstrom just has one put out to the shortstop, and he has two already here today. So.
Here's the 0-1. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone.
He likes to target more of the second base to right field side when he does put the ball in play.
That is an excellent stat, dude.
Well, today he's pushing the ball as this one misses letter high. 2-1. Really expecting any time this inning, whether it's top or bottom, that we're going to get a sun delay. 2-1. That one shot foul third base side, well out of play. Here's a windup and the 2-2. Caught on and missed first, strike 3. In fact, that is the first strikeout of the ball game there for Noki.
Noki's been really good in this one, but this is just his first strikeout, like you mentioned. He's gotten a lot of help from obviously a shortstop, but all over the diamond today.
Lucier, well, he had Noki helping out his own cause with a line out to himself, that being Lucier to Noki. And also, well, the repetitive ground out to short. Big cut and miss there from Lucier. Swung on and missed. A step off here from Noki. The windup and the 0-1. Lunging out in front of this one, and it works. for Lucier as it goes right in between first and second, and that'll be a base hit there for Lucier.
Just sort of lunged at that one. I thought it was going to be a weak ground ball, maybe to the second baseman, but able to get enough power on that one to get it to right field. So he's on with 2 outs here. Let's see if the Silver Knights can get themselves going. Have a little fun with 2.
Jared Dupere, 1 for 2 on the day. Single to center. This one a hot shot, and this one is going to go right in the glove of the shifting shortstop himself. Bryce Osmond on the line out to short, and that is going to end the inning as quite a bit of a workout there for the shortstop Osmond today. A lot of outs collected by him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We now head through 4.5 to the bottom of the 5th, and the Pittsfield Suns lead it by a score of 4-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Did you know the 3rd leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream, a wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
An interesting development as we come back here to Wacona Park. The Nashua Silver Knights take the field, and the catcher, Aaron, he tells the home plate umpire, Alan Liberdoni, that, hey, I can't see. Alan Liberdoni says you're fine. And, well, Aaron, I don't want to say he's Hollywooding it because, well, the sun is right there. He's not playing up to it.
I can't see anything.
He's saying he can't see. So tempers flare up a little bit between Aaron and LBJ Everett's come out and talked with the umpire. Aaron is still heated, and Liberdoni's telling him to calm down by putting in the warning of the hand out there. So now there's a meeting between the umpires, Liberdoni and Irish, and Gedman and BJ Neverett. And I think both managers do not want their team out on the field. We still have no official designation that the sun delay has even happened. It's BJ Neverett who took his team off the field. And to be quite honest, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You can't see nothing.
Oh, can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. I mean, I'm higher up than they are.
You can't see no pitches or nothing. There's a triple negative for you.
Yeah. Well said, my friend.
It's going to be a short sun delay.
Yeah, sun's already low in the sky.
Yeah. trees are going to be covering it pretty soon, but definitely time to step off the field. I'm not sure what. I guess Alan Liberdone's got some magic eyes or something, because he can see apparently, because he's the one that doesn't want this game to be in a delay. But he's gonna have to suffer with it for at least I bet 20 minutes or so of a delay.
Well, tell you what, I haven't seen any official designation, but I'm going to call it right now that it's a sun delay as of a minute ago, 7:41. The players left the field. That's enough designation for me. Yeah, BJ Nevert's not even pleading his case. He's proving his case. He can't see anything, and, well, that's going to start it. So at 7:41, we have a sun delay, and, well, you said that you had a lot of stuff for live all-star announcements being presented by ESPN. Why don't you go ahead and have at it?
Take a look at that. Looking at some of the all-star starters being announced live on ESPN for the MLB. Curiously, pitchers and reserves will be announced on Sunday. Not sure what that's all about, but in the meantime, we have first, second, short, third, and catchers, as well as the designated hitter for both the AL and NL. Taking a look first at the National League for first baseman, Freddie Freeman wins the vote with 38.5%, beating out Josh Bell at 37.4% and Anthony Rizzo at 24.2%. At second base, Ketel Marte with 39% of the vote, beating out Ozzie Albies and Mike Moustakas. At shortstop, Javier Baez wins the vote with a whopping 43.3% of the vote, beating out Trevor Story and Dansby Swanson at short. For the third baseman, Nolan Arenado takes home a whopping 51.9% of the vote. That's the highest mark that we have seen so far, beating out Josh Donaldson and Chris Bryant, and by a lot at that. For catchers, Wilson Contreras will take the nod for the NL at 44.6%, beating out Brian McCann and Yasmani Grandal. For the AL, Carlos Santana will take the field at first with 49.2% of the vote, beating out by quite a bit Luke Voigt and CJ Cron. At second base, DJ LeMahieu will get the nod at 38% even, beating out Jose Altuve and Tommy La Stella. At short, Jorge Polanco with 42% of the vote, beating out Gleyber Torres and Carlos Correa, who came in with 31.2% and 26.8% of the vote, respectively. At third base, Alex Bregman will take that, 49% of the vote, beating out Hunter Dozier and Gio Urshela. For the designated hitter spot for the AL, as the AL will have one, NL will not, Hunter Pence with 46.7% of the vote. He wins that, beating out J.D. Martinez and Nelson Cruz. And lastly, Gary Sanchez, the Yankees catcher, will get the nod for the American League. He won that vote with 47.1% of the vote. Outfielders yet to be announced. The event did start at 7 p.m., so it's 7:45 now. We can say it's ongoing. If and when those outfielders here we go. It's right here. We have it now. For the National League, at the very least, Christian Yelich, no surprise there. Cody Bellinger from the Dodgers and Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Braves take the outfield for the National League. AL has yet to be submitted again. If we get that information later in the broadcast, I will be happy to share it with you all.
Christian Yelich led the NL with 930,577 votes. So pretty.
The guy he's a force of nature, man.
It is.
He's unbelievable.
He's been incredible. He got traded from the Marlins to the Brewers, and ever since he's been on the Brewers team, he's just lit up.
Yeah, no problem.
Scoreboard.
No problem. He's just been fantastic.
It's been easy for him, really.
Go
ahead.
I was going to say, we now have the Nashua Silver Knights retaking the field. This may be in line for the shortest sun delay here at Wacona Park. I'm not sure what that metric is, Billy Madewell, but
8 minutes.
Oh, wow. All right. He knows. I don't know why I'm surprised. I'm not. But
just want to
go ahead,
quickly go back to the All-Stars. I just got the AL outfielders.
Do it.
It's going to be Michael Brantley from the Houston Astros, George Springer from the Houston Astros, and Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels.
No doubt
so
there.
Mookie Betts gets beaten out. Mookie and JD from the Red Sox.
Yeah.
No Red Sox are starting. mean, the Red Sox have had a tough year.
I was going to say, they haven't had that good of a year. I can't say I'm entirely surprised.
Yeah.
They had a championship hangover. Happens way
Happens
too
a lot.
often.
Happens a lot.
Yankees did get Gary Sanchez and DJ LeMahieu in there. So.
Well, of course, LeMahieu's having a monster early season. That makes a whole lot of sense. And then you have Gary Sanchez, which has the offensive prowess of a very early on Joe Mauer, if not more power to that. Anything else?
That was pretty much it.
That's it for
That's it for
All-Stars.
the Yankees, at least. No Red Sox made it, but
For
still
reserves
can-
again, we
right,
have that.
Still
Yes,
have,
sir.
Still have that.
We have a game that Sunday afternoon, I do believe. So we will bring that to you as it comes.
Other than that, not really too many surprises within the starting lineups, in my opinion.
The only thing, and I will admit that I have not followed the baseball season as closely as I maybe should have. You know, I've been more embroiled in this baseball season, which can you blame me? But with what I've been seeing lately, the only surprise I could see is that Xander Bogaerts did not land even in the top 3 vote getters for shortstop. Other than that, I'm with you.
Did pitchers get announced?
Not yet. That's Sunday.
That is Sunday.
Like I said, strangely enough, they're announcing pitchers and reserves Sunday at 5:30. So, as mentioned, we will have that action for you during our Sunday afternoon game. As I stare over at the schedule here against Worcester, the Worcester Bravehearts.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Hyun-Jin Ryu starts for the National League and Justin Verlander. Look at Ryu, who has pitched 99 innings, 9-1 with 1 complete game, 6 walks, 90 strikeouts.
Look at that ERA.
1.27. That is microscopic.
Yeah.
He's having a
Might as well not exist at that point.
Exactly.
Right fielder number 23, Mark Foley.
It's like we might tie the record here, Billy.
We'll certainly see. This one is swung on and fouled off. Count is 0-1. We'll have it tie the record. I had it at 7:41 players left at 7:40 because it was not officially called. So we'll call it as an 8-minute sun delay, which is tied for the lowest in Pittsfield Suns history. That pitch misses a zone 1-0. This one is chopped foul. Count is 1-2. Number 15, Joe Grissett is the new pitcher for the Nashua Silver Knights, which makes, again, all the sense in the world. 1-2, well outside. Now 2-2.
Love the motion here on the set. Always been partial to the submarine sidearm style of throwing. Very fun to watch.
2-2, big cut and miss there by Coley, and that'll be a strike number 3 for Joe Grissett, bringing up Matt Malcolm. And why don't we take a peek there for Joe Grissett? Grissett, 8 appearances, all in relief. 0-1 record with a save. 10 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. 2.70 ERA. Malcolm, 2 outs as the first pitch hits at the knees for a called strike 0-1. Grissett with the sidearm as this one hits at the knees as well for strike 2. Count is 0-2. And the pitch. Shot of foul. Count continues at 0-2. Grissett will step off after time is called.
Grissett wearing the same number that he does at the University of Hartford. He's 5'10", 155, a junior from Amherst, New Hampshire.
This one, hot shot over towards third. Good glove there by Lucier. Throw over to first in time. Great range of motion there from Lucier for the ground out to third. Second time in a row for Malcolm. and practically the exact same spot. Now it'll be the second baseman, number 43, Connor Berry, a single in the first, a double and run scored in the fourth last inning. Pretty good overall day there for Connor Berry. First pitch. He will watch this one go low for a ball. The count here is 1-0.
Set with a 4.72 ERA at the University of Hartford, 1-1 record this season, 14 appearances, all in relief.
Hot shot over towards first, right to the glove like a magnet there for Bramante. And that'll be the final out of the inning on the line out to first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head through 5 full to the top of the 6th. It is 4-0. Suns lead the Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You suffer from the heartbreak of brain rot, feeling bored, sluggish, listless, not had a new idea in days, using electronic gizmos without a clue why they work. Now there's help. Ham radio, guaranteed to stimulate your corroding neurons and open a whole new world of excitement. To learn more about ham radio, go to helloradio.org.
Side effects of ham radio usage include mental stimulation, desire for education, new career paths, understanding of technology, and cases of addiction have been reported. If you experience any of these symptoms, you're welcome.
Ham radio. It's not your granddaddy's radio anymore.
Well, they're having a contest downstairs directly underneath us. And that is always fun for that to happen. Game's called hesitation, where if you duplicate an answer or hesitate, well, that's strike one. You get 3 strikes and, well, it's baseball. Guess what happens? So it'll be the top of the 6th. And it'll be the middle of the order, Jones, Cowles, and Bramante.
Number 6, Dylan Jones.
And the first pitch of the inning is high and outside. Count is 1-0. Waiting the pitch, and here it comes as this one hits the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Guy that loves to go to left field when he does hit the ball.
1-1. I want about letter high.
Which is interesting because Jeff Bogus is playing way in on Jones, even though he is one of the highest averages in the league.
2-1 right back to the pitcher, barehanding, but then thinking twice about it. Osmond will slide like it's slip and slide. So try to knock it down, will not do so. And a very smart heads-up move there by Noki. The instinct, you're trying to bat it down even with your hand, but pulls it back. That's your pitching hand.
Yeah, that's ultimately a smart move. Especially in a low-pressure situation like this. It's a single base hit with no one on, no runs at stake, not yet. Smart move there by Noki.
Good lead there by Jones. Look at the wide stance. And the pitch. That one high and in. For a ball to Benjamin Cowles, a double off the left field wall his last time up. Next pitch. That one run right over the catcher. That'll be a wild pitch.
Peterson's arguing something there. It seemed like he gave up on that ball almost as soon as it got past him.
I think there was a bit of mix-up on what the pitch was supposed to be.
Cowell's taking an awful long time to get back in the box here.
Here's a 2-0. A check swing does not go. Now 3-0. Three-0 holding all the way. That one's right dead center. Now 3-1. Noki with a 3-1. Hot shot over the third baseman, Beckett. Going into left field. That'll easily score Jones. And let's see, a throw into second is cut off. And that'll be another double by Cowles. This one an RBI version. And the Silver Knights are on the board by a score of 4-1. They now trail. That one came off the bat like a bullet just over the third baseman Beckett's glove on the jump attempt.
Second double of the night. Now for Benjamin Cowles. Almost was taken away there by Taylor Beckett at third, but just out of the reach.
Here's the pitch. This one misses high for a ball, 1-0. Finally, for right now at least, the sun is out of our eyes as the 1-0 is back to the netting, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike.
Batter Bramante stands at 6'4". We saw that in play over at first base in the previous half inning.
Didn't even jump.
Didn't even have to.
1-1 is high for a ball, 2-1.
Noki's getting a little bit wild here.
Yeah, and here comes Gedman. He's going to talk things over here with Noki. A lot of balls thrown. I think Gedman is the one who rushed up because he wants to see how well his pitcher is because, like you said, he is getting awfully wild. Single and a double. And it's Gedman who's talking over with both Peterson and Noki, trying to get them both on the same page here. And just like that, the meeting is over. Brody Altier, the senior out of Nichols College, the North Adams resident, is warming up in the pen. And you have a sidearm submarine hurler in Grissett. You'll have a sidearmer in Altier. 2-1, high fly ball foul. 2-2 the count. Nobody gone, runner on second.
See if Noki can settle down here, start pumping the strikes, maybe get a couple strikeouts for himself.
Here's a 2-2 curve. That one misses high and away. Noki, you can see the frustration from him as it's starting to come out. But the problem is he's going to need to relax. One, if he wants to stay in, and two, if he wants to get this batter.
Noki had 4 strikeouts in his previous 2 starts. Only has 1 here today.
Payoff. That one swung on to miss, and that is exactly what Noki needed. That's going to bring up the catcher number 4, Jack Aaron. 2 outs to short, 1 a liner, 1 a pop out. And remember, the whole reason why the sun delay started was because of Jack Aaron. He couldn't see. It's a bit of an, well, I wouldn't say heated argument, but definitely an argument between home plate umpire Liberdoni. Step off motion towards second. First pitch misses outside. That is 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Hot shot headed towards second. Barry's going to glove this. Throw over to first in time. That will advance the runner. A unofficial sacrifice for Aaron.
Number 5, Lewis.
Heading over to third will be Cowles. Tilly's a walk and a ground out to second.
Guy that does have 6 RBIs on the season, but it's just hitting 188. 2 outs here in the inning.
This one headed back over to second for Barry. He will glove, throw over to first in time. And all of a sudden, it's going to the second baseman instead of the shortstop a little bit more frequently here in the latter to middle innings now. That'll be another ground out to second from Tilly's. 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head now through 5.5 to the bottom of the 6th. It is the Suns who lead it by a score of 4-1 over the Nashua Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your books.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
It'll be the middle of the order for the Suns, 4, 5, 6. Peterson, Osmond, Schrenkel, who will dig in this inning. RBI single and run scored by Jackson Peterson, his 19th RBI on the season, which extended his lead for the FCBL. First pitch, and that will drop low, 1-0.
Really loved that half inning out of Mike Noki. Gives up his first run of the game, but he stayed poised throughout it all. And it looked like he was going to kind of come apart there.
Oh, boy. That was a ball, but that was the smoothest motion I've seen from Aaron today.
I love
Pitch
that.
was low and away, grabs it behind his back, grabs the ball in one quick motion, throws it back to the pitcher.
That was fantastic.
That was smooth as silk, Aaron. Speaking of smooth, that one's a hot shot into right. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. Dupere is going to throw into second, and the throw is going to be offline. And that'll be a leadoff double by Jackson Peterson the third time the Suns have a leadoff hit for extra bases. Coley with a leadoff homer to begin the contest. Barry in the fourth with a double to center. And this one, again, smooth as silk. This one going to right.
Jackson Peterson can hit the ball, man. Wow. He has been so impressive and even stretched that one to a double. That one went all the way to the wall, but the right fielder there, Dupere, made a nice play on it, tried to get the throw over, but it just wasn't accurate.
So in the first pitch, it goes low there for Bryce Osmond.
I love watching him hit. I would argue that he might be the guy that you want to go to on this Suns lineup, which is loaded up from top to bottom, but the guy that could give you a base hit, that could give you power. His average has fallen off a little bit in the later going, but still.
The 1-0 misses low. The count is 2-0. And the whole reason for it is you have to remember Bryce Osmond just graduated high school, and he missed a full month of action before coming to the Suns. That's why he started off as slow as he did and then got into high gear once he got used to the pitching of this caliber of talent. Pitch is low 3-0 now, and Osmond more than likely going to be sitting on this pitch waiting for it to go past him.
You are absolutely right on all of those points, Billy. I will neglected to mention I was talking about Peterson.
Oh,
that one's on me.
3-0. It's actually swung on, and this one to short. No play at third. Instead, play over to first. And good base running by Peterson. The throw from short could have gone to third as, well, is that?
That's awesome.
The character of Osmond.
In the outfield.
Osmond continues to be such a character. He didn't just run and get out and tag first base. No, he went halfway to the right field pole in right field.
That was awesome.
Run, Osmond, run.
He is so much fun.
What in the world is this kid doing? He is such a great character, great to watch. And the good thing is he's got a personality, but a positive personality to match. This one misses low there to left-handed hitting Caden Trenkle. Counted as 1-0. What a character. He held my bouquet of flowers, you guys remember. My wife's bouquet of flowers, that is. Next pitch also misses.
And I will add, leaping into the arms of one of his teammates. I can't remember who it was, but
he did.
He did.
That was funny.
It was great.
I want to say it was Kolumbovic. I highly doubt it, though.
For some reason,
probably Beckett.
For some reason, Baruch is in the mind, but Beckett would make sense.
2-0 again misses outside, and again it'll be a 3-0 pitch. Bogus is on deck. An RBI single his last time up. He also walked. Runner on third, one gone. And this one chops low. That's going to be a walk, which is not necessarily a detriment. It's more of a double-edged sword here. Sets up the double play opportunity to get out of the jam. But then again, Jeff Bogus, who already has a hit, it's going to be very dicey here. There's someone warming up in the pen, but this is not B.J. Neverett. Instead, I believe that is actually Kyle Jackson, the pitching coach for Silver Knights.
It's Manny Ray out in the bullpen for the Silver Knights, number 19, 6'2", 180 from Tufts. No record, 4.76 ERA in 6 games, 5 2/3, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 8 hits. It's been a while since he's been out there. Been a full week, so I wouldn't be surprised if he is the next guy up for the Silver Knights, whether it be in this inning or soon thereafter. A chance for Bogus here. He already does have an RBI in this one. Off of a single. That one came back in the 4th. Just trying to look to avoid the ground ball here as best as possible, really.
Yeah.
You already know that Grissett here, he's going to be throwing low, trying to induce that ground ball. You throw up, that's more chance that it's going to be hit in the air, which you don't want, especially in the outfield with the runner on third and one gone, setting up a potential sacrifice. Pitch, great curve there from Grissett. Called strike, 0-1.
Grissett more of a contact pitcher, not overpowering with a fastball. Does have a nice curveball. It's just displayed right there, though.
A lot of contact from the sidearm.
Right.
Semi-submarine motion. A lot of contact given, but not a lot of power to it, as you previously mentioned. This pitch does paint the black lower outside quadrant, 0-2.
Bogus wanted that one back. Turned away in frustration after that pitch.
Grissett, again, Colin, he is a finesse pitcher, coming from the motion as well as the curves and the changeups as well. The runner on first goes, and he will go back. A pitch out worked in the best spot for him. Big lead by Trenkle. Pickoff throw over to first. Diving back in safely.
Even submarine
I
type
saw
throwing
that
to first base. Interesting.
What's even more interesting, that was the first pickoff attempt towards a base that was actually thrown this entire ball game. Useless information for your everyday life as the count remains at 1-2. 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3 as Bogus nearly swung out of his shoes. And this will now bring up Jack Colley.
Brissett tied him up inside there. That was a nice pitch.
It's a good sequence of pitches there from Brissett. A couple of curves that are left on the outside corner that Bogus decided not to swing at. Then he went on the inside corner and got him swinging.
First pitch. He's going to look at the sidearm action this time up, and this one is going to miss inside, if not low. 1-0.
Guy that's looking to really get going. 2 strikeouts in this one. Jack Colley with an opportunity.
This one runs inside, but it's called strike on the upper inside corner.
He's had a tough year all year, but what an opportunity this would be for him to do something meaningful here in this game.
The runner on first goes. A pitch well inside. The throw over to second is, they call it in time. Gedman is going to come out, and I believe he is going to, let's see if he's going to grab the helmet. No, he's going to ask about a swim move. Really a half-hearted argument here, just asking what happened. They thought it was a swim, apparently not.
Trinkle was 3 for 3 in stolen bases before that attempt there.
So he's got 2-6 after the pitch missed out of the zone. So caught stealing 2-6 will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Through 6 full to the top of the 7th. Suns still lead it 4-1. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes. It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Top of the 7th for the Suns, who hold a 4-1 lead over the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. 4-1, but both teams with 7 hits. 14 collective, each with 7. They head now to the top of the 7th with the bottom of the order, that being the number 9 hitter, Irvine, and Sandstrom and Lucier, the 1-2 hitters. First pitch will hold off as it misses high over the outside part of the plate, 1-0. Irvine, an infield single to first on a high chopper off the plate, ground out to second. Big cut and miss here, however, makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1. Misses low. Now 2-1. Forgot to mention Noki is still out here. 72 pitches going into the inning, going for 7 full, or at least attempting. 2-1. Hot shot going into center field. In comes Trankel, and he will dive, and it's going to go off his glove. The left fielder will back him up, and a strong attempt of a throw. He will hold up, but that'll be an outfield single there for Irvine. Just off the glove.
Really nice attempt out there by Caden Trinkle. Try to dive, make the catch. Ball bounced off of his glove. But a good effort nonetheless.
Sandstrom, a couple ground outs to short, strikeout as well.
Noki's only at 75 pitches or so. So he definitely has some room here to keep going.
With that pitch, he now sits at 77.
Just needs to be concise and get these batters out.
Here's the 1-0. Runs high for a ball, 2-0.
There was some action going on in the Suns bullpen. There is nothing as of right now, maybe. I believe the pitcher was Brody Altier, and he looks like he's ready to come in if necessary.
Here's the 2-0. Hot shot going into right. And this one, let's see. Coley's going to grab this. A strong throw in, and he's going to hold the runner to a single of all things. After it goes off the wall, look at the defense there from Coley out in right. Runners are on the corners.
This is where you get yourself into trouble here, however. It's 2 straight hits for the Silver Knights, and not what you're looking for there. Noki looking towards the dugout, and here comes the coach.
And this will be a pitching change here for Brody Altier, but what a great outing there by Mike Noki. As obviously he's very frustrated after having a great beginning, but just tailed off with a fatigue later in the innings. But he'll head back to the dugout for the Suns to a good ovation. More than likely, Brody Altier will now come up. We'll be right back. Runners on the corners, nobody gone. Top 7, Suns lead it 4-1 over the Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your books.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
We welcome you back to Pittsfield Suns baseball action here from Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park. New pitcher on the mound for the Suns, Brody Altier, will take the mound in relief of Mike Noki. But before he gets started, we're going to take a look around the FCBL and the MLB. As mentioned earlier, the Worcester Bravehearts beat the North Shore Navigators 6-1 in the first game of a doubleheader. Worcester currently leading North Shore 1-0 in the bottom of the third in that second game. Brockton has bounced back from being down 3-1, now leads the Westfield Starfires 4-3 in the bottom of the seventh. Pittsfield Suns currently hold a 4-1 lead over the Nashua Silver Knights. That has been FCBL action. Taking a look at some MLB scores and stories. One game currently in progress. Top 5 Marlins are ahead of the Nats 3-1. Games already completed. The Phillies beat the Mets 6-3. Rangers 3-1 over the Tigers. Rays beat the Twins 5-2 in 18 innings. Pirates 10-0 over the Astros. Brewers beat the Mariners 4-2.
First pitch is in there to Noah Lucier with runners on the corners, 0-1.
The Cubs beat the Braves 9-7. Games still yet to come. 8:40 first pitch. Dodgers at Rockies, 9:45 D-backs at Giants. A's at Angels, 10:07. Taking a look at the All-Star Game starters who have now been announced for both the AL and NL. With the exception of pitchers, which will be announced Sunday evening. So your finals for the various positions.
Big cut and miss there. It's 1 and 2.
For catchers, it'll be Gary Sanchez representing the AL. Wilson Contreras takes the ball for the NL. Carlos Santana and Freddie Freeman at first base. Second base, DJ LeMahieu and Ketel Marte. At third base, Alex Bregman and Nolan Arenado. Shortstop, Jorge Polanco and Javier Baez. In the outfield, Mike Trout, George Springer, Michael Brantley for the AL. Christian Yelich, Cody Bellinger, Ronald Acuna Jr. for the NL. And the designated hitter for the AL, Hunter Pence, taking 46.7% of the votes. Craig Kimbrell earns a save in his first appearance as a Cub. Giancarlo Stanton unlikely to return to the Yankees lineup after a PCL sprain until at least August, says GM Brian Cashman.
Runner goes as the hit and run is fouled off. That one's going to go out of play. And, that one almost landed in the trash bin. That would have been hilarious.
That was the perfect pitch to go on right there. That was a very, very slow curveball by Altier.
That has been your look around FCBL and MLB.
Altier 1-1, 5 appearances, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, 5.68 ERA as this pitch misses outside. Now 2-2. Suns in this situation, more than likely, at least I would see it this way, will trade 2 for 1 with the runners on the corners and nobody gone. Runner goes again. The pitch. Let's see. The throw over to second is not in time. The throw was offline there from Peterson, so that'll be a stolen base. Time is called. That's why he's off the base, and the ball was right there. Corner infielders will be in now. Tire infield in. The payoff. That was swung on ball 4, and that one, oh boy. Ooh. That one was about 5 feet from a trip to BMC. Here's a 9th pitch of the plate appearance as the infield is in. And the pitch way outside, and that's going to walk. The bases loaded here for Jared Dupaire.
What a guy to come up in this situation for Nashua. Dupaire batting 273, so a solid average, 21 hits, 14 RBI, 4 home runs so far on the season.
First pitch swinging, pulling the strings there is Altier. Count is 0-1. We'll say Dupaire. It does sound French, so we'll continue saying Dupaire. The 0-1. Joss misses low over the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Dupaire does have 4 homers. Does have a lot of RBI as well. 14, 1-1. Pitch, whoa, boy. Did it hit up? Yes, it did. It got a piece of the jersey. That's going to be a hit by pitch, and a run will come in. And now the tying run is in scoring position at second.
Number 6, Dylan Jones.
So scoring will be Ben Irvine. And here comes Brandon Shalikas. They already have someone warming up in the pen.
It's Ryan Lankford down there currently. This is where the Suns usually get into trouble, is these 6th and 7th innings. They just can't. Once their starter comes out, it's just been the bullpen has just not been as strong as it was in the previous, in the first 10 or so games of the season. Looks like to me Altier is quite similar to Grissett, as he's not an overpowering pitcher with a overpowering fastball. He's more of a pitch to contact type of guy. If the Suns could roll a double play here, I think they would enjoy that right now.
First pitch missing outside. Count is 1-0.
Tier has been quite wild to start off his outing here.
Here's the 1-0. That one's in there for a called strike. Count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brody Altier, again, he only joined the Suns for 2 games last season. So a de facto, or so to speak, returning player for the Suns. The 1-1, this one lifted into left center field, and let's see, the left fielder will not get there. He's actually going to grab it. A strong throw in, and let's see, throw over to third. The tag, no! They did not apply the tag. They had him dead to rights over at third, and they do not take advantage. That'll be an RBI single, and now the tying run is at third base, 90 feet away, and here comes Gedman. He's already seen enough of Brody Altier, and they're going to bring out Langford. What a sequence of events. The Suns starting to implode here as they now only lead by 1 run. They lead 4-3, but the bases are reloaded. Both of those runs are earned and go against Noki. He'll still be in line for a quality start, but just an ugly inning for the Suns. So they'll go with another new pitcher. This will be Ryan Langford. And let's go over the pitching lines while we have an option. The starter, Harrington, only went 4 innings, 18 batters faced, 4 runs all earned, 6 hits, including a double and a homer, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch, 2 strikeouts. He threw 63 pitches, 41 for strikes. He's in line for the loss currently unless the runner on third scores. Noki, no matter what, will give it a quality start. 6 plus rather. 28 batters faced, 3 runs, all of them earned, 9 hits, including 2 doubles, a walk, a wild pitch, and 2 strikeouts. He threw 79 pitches, 52 for strikes. In line for the win, unless a run on third comes in. What a sequence of events. The Suns starting to implode here this inning.
I think you had it right, Colin, in saying that this has been the issue for the Suns primarily in the last 10 games or so. It's been the middle relievers that have been unable to protect leads and get leads into the hands of their 8th and 9th inning guys. The starting pitching for the Suns has not been poor in the last few games we've seen, but ultimately it's been a mixed result because of this middle inning stuff.
And it's not the guy you want to see come to bat at all right now.
Benjamin Cowell's fresh off a cycle from yesterday and 2 doubles, 1 RBI variety, and the bases are juiced. This is the exact opposite of what you want, and now your 4-run cushion has been depleted to a 1-run lead. There's nobody out. The bases are still loaded. Langford with the first pitch. That one high and tight, nearly brought in the tying run. As Cowles will try to dig back in after getting a close shave. Langford with 1-0. Hits the outside corner. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Suns can get out of this one. That would be huge.
When there's nobody gone and the bases are loaded, it's very rare if you don't get a run. Let's see. 1-1. Hits the outside corner again. 1-2.
Same spot as the last. Nice location there from Langford. Wouldn't be surprised if they went back there. Try to stay away from the hitter, especially a guy that's already gotten 2 doubles, and as Billy mentioned, hit for the cycle yesterday.
Here's the 1-2. Caught on a miss for strike 3, and a very smart move from Langford. Outside, 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 fooling with the inside pitch, and Cowles is down on strikes. And now the Suns are a ground ball away from getting out of this potentially.
Fooled him, he did with the inside heat. Langford tying up Cowles inside. It was an ugly-looking swing. One that I think Cowles would like back.
Bramante is 1 for 3 on the day. The single was back in the second to right. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, and that one is foul. But boy, blood pressure of Langford just skyrocketed. I think rookie of the year, but the Yankees. The long, hard hit, high fly ball, and it goes foul. The 0-1. Big cut and miss there from Bramante. Strike 2.
Langford, a guy that does have some nice life to that fastball that hitters can swing right through and miss.
It's kind of the polar opposite of Altier, which we just saw.
Here's the 0-2. Oh, boy, that one was high. Good grab there from Peterson. 1-2.
It's not a bad waste pitch there. Make him chase something. Get him a little bit nervous inside the box on an 0-2 count. And in the end, he was able to hold back.
Lucier on third. Dupier on second. Jones on first. The pitch inside, but just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big moment here for Langford. Langford with the 2-2. Fastball blew it by him for strike 3. The second time in a row there for Langford. And second time swinging in a row for Bramante. And now the Suns can relax only a little bit. There's still, the bases are loaded. There's 2 men gone. And here's Jack Arendt.
Infielders can take a couple steps back, play on the dirt rather than the grass here, as the first baseman and third baseman do that. Knock down anything and play to any base.
Here's the pitch. Bit high and tight, 1-0. Can the Suns get out of the jam? The 1-0. High fly ball. This one going to right center field. Chasing is Trenkle and Coley. Coley will make the grab. And with 0 outs and the bases loaded, they did not give up any more runs. After surrendering 2 runs off 3 hits, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. The Suns still hang on to a 4-3 lead as we head to stretch time, bottom of the 7th. We're going to listen into Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
Public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
Back to live action. The first pitch misses low there from Joe Grissett to Jack Colley. The count is 1-0 here in the bottom of the seventh. Colley was up last inning, as this one's a slow chopper to short, gloved by Cowles, throw over to first in time. Like I said, he was up last inning, but runner was caught stealing. He will redo his hacks, and, well, he will ground out. Third baseman Taylor Beckett. A ground out to third in the third, a ground out to second in the fourth. First pitch, he's going to watch this one go on the inside corner, called strike. Next pitch, that one drops too far low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. This one a high chopper in between short and second. Good pick, and he lost the ball.
That would have been a really nice play. Shortstop Cowles. That was a high chopper off the plate, and I thought I was going to get into center field, to be honest, but Cowles made a nice scoop of the ball, but couldn't get it out of his glove in time.
Right now we're going to rule it a hit, but we're going to look back at it, as this will bring up Mark Coley. Very tough play indeed. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. This one going deep to left center. And let's see. It is going. Goodbye. Another home run by Mark Coley. His second of the day. And now the Pittsfield Suns, well, they lead it by a score of 6-3. And what a day for him to do it on his mother's birthday, who is in attendance. Mark Coley, flash that smile, man. You deserve it. And what a great day you're having.
Come on, man. That's just not even fair. Mark Coley's been unbelievable this year in clutch situations. At this point, the Suns needing to re-extend that lead. They're in a tight game. All of a sudden, in one they really need to win to stay on top of the standings. And who's there? Mr. Clutch, Mark Coley. Unbelievable.
5 homers on the season now for Coley, as the pitch to Malcolm misses upstairs, 1-0. And in fact, actually, this one is high in the air towards shallow right. Second baseman there will collect the out. Achilles.
From Pasco Hernando State, number 43, Connor Berry.
Connor Berry will now step up to the dish. Big day for him. He's currently 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Pitch. That one runs well inside. 1-0. The 1-0. This one does catch the outside corner on a breaking ball pitch. The 1-1 misses well outside. 2-1.
So Cooley is now tied with Jackson Peterson for
Yes, he
5
is.
home runs, and that's just 1 behind Mitch D'Onofrio of the Brockton Rocks.
Chop it to third, backhanded, but it's foul.
Unless he hit one today.
Could look into that for you.
Which is possible because they are up 6-3.
They are.
And doesn't look like he does have an RBI double, but no home runs. So
2-2 chopper to third in fair territory this time. Lucier has it. Gloves, throws, and a high throw, but great job of Bramante.
Used all that 6'4" there
Yes,
to
he did.
make
Once
that play.
again.
Wow, that throw was very high. I thought that was headed towards the dugout, but
That's exactly what I thought, but instead it is Barry who's headed back to the dugout to collect his things, go back into the field of play defensively. 2 runs off 2 hits, including a 2-run homer by Mark Coley, his second of the day. No errors, nobody left. We now head through 7 full to the top of the 8th. Suns take the lead and have it further. Now it is 6-3. They double up the Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Do you suffer from the heartbreak of brain rot, feeling bored, sluggish, listless, not had a new idea in days, using electronic gizmos without a clue why they work? Now there's help. Ham radio, guaranteed to stimulate your corroding neurons and open a whole new world of excitement. To learn more about ham radio, go to helloradio.org.
Side effects of ham radio usage include mental stimulation, desire for education, new career paths, understanding of technology, and cases of addiction have been reported. If you experience any of these symptoms, you're welcome.
Ham radio. It's not your granddaddy's radio anymore.
Check it out. It's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Now the top of the 8th and a new pitcher in the ball game for the Suns. They have used all that they wanted to see out of Ryan Langford, and for good reason. 3 batters faced, 2 strikeouts. So good job there for Langford. As now it'll be number 33, Joshua Jesuit, who is going to step up to the dish here for the Suns. As in the ball game, it'll be Langford who will collect the hold out of the contest. But as we look here at Jesuit, very good reliever. 5 appearances, he has a 1-0 record. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 runs, all of them earned. That's a joke. 0 walks, 5 strikeouts, no ERA. Well, he does. It's just sitting at a solid 0. Luis Atiles will step up to home plate. He is 0 for 2, a walk, and 2 groundouts to second.
Achilles was the lone batter that did not get a chance to swing in the top of the 7th.
A pitch misses low and outside. Here's the windup from Jesuit and the 1-0. Big cut of miss there from Achilles, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
The first 5 batters were able to reach base in that 7th inning for the Silver Knights, and the final 3 were retired by Ryan Langford.
Retaking the rubber is Jesuit. And the pitch. That one right in there for a called strike, 1-2. The windup and the 1-2. That one shot foul. Remains 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That one runs high. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesuit with the 2-2. That one a high fly ball and a line shot going right to center. That one Oh, that one definitely scared Jesuit a bit, but again, human reaction. That'll be a single to center for Achilles. And speaking of single to center, that's what Ben Irvine did last time up. He is 2 for 3 with a single in the second as well.
It's been 9 runs and 20 hits in this ball game so far, and very much filled with offense, as we expected when we saw these starting lineups.
Pitch misses. No, does hit the outside corner. I was kind of fooled there by Peterson with his motion.
I think everyone was. I don't think that one was very close.
That one, I mean, like I said at the beginning, it's been consistent, but that one was a little bit of a stretch.
I was confused by Peterson. Was expecting in, went out, and then when he caught it, the pitch was outside. That pitch definitely was outside and definitely was called a ball. Here's a 1-1. That one is foul back. Had a sun delay for the third time this season, and tied for the shortest sun delay in Pittsfield Suns history at 8 minutes. 1-2. A check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. So that'll be strike 3. Down goes Irvine. He doesn't agree, but he did swing. You have a perfect overhead view of it. Sandstrom 1 for 4, his first base hit last time up. Last inning. Also had a stolen base and a run scored.
The guy that's hit 2 ground balls so far to the shortstop. The Suns would love it if he hit just 1 more here in this inning.
All right, the pitch, this one to third instead. A throw over to second is way offline, and the runner will advance to third. That'll be a fielder's choice error. So roll that FCE5, and then advance into third will be Achilles.
Number 7, Noah Lucio.
Not sure what happened there on the throw from Taylor Beckett. It's a pretty routine ground ball, but wasn't able to make the throw accurately.
Noah Lucier will see the first pitch low and outside, 1-0. You can't assume a double play, even though it very well looked it. Runner on first goes as this one's hit foul on the hit and run attempt. Mark it 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone, and runners on the corners. Jesuit preparing himself once more. This here again, a liner to the starting pitcher, Noki, a ground out to short, a single to right, and a walk. Pitch is on the inside corner. Called strike 2. It's 1-2. Those outs were collected in the first, third, fifth, and seventh, the first even inning for Lucier here offensively. Runner on first goes again. The 1-2 inside-out swing, and this one's going to go in the middle between first and second as the second baseman there was looking to cover second. A perfect hit-and-run attempt. The runner scores. The bases are reset at first and third. It is 6-4 Suns now.
Number 18, Jared.
Just a perfect placement on the hit by Lucier.
That'll be an unearned run there for Achilles, who scores. Advance into third, there will be Sandstrom.
Looks like Henry Leak starting to warm up in the bullpen for the Suns. A lot of throwing going on down in the bullpen for the Silver Knights. It's like triple barrel action almost.
One, two. Yeah, you're right. Three. Unless they're all playing catch.
Doesn't look that way. I don't know. That's the first earned run given up by Joshua Jesuit.
Unearned.
Oh, unearned run. That's right. Unearned run.
Again, we say it's unearned. You can't assume a double play, but you can assume the throw to second would have gotten the runner, at least for one run. For that reason, with him scoring, he is ruled as an unearned run. If there's another out collected, that's in another failed double play ball, and the run scores from third, that will also be unearned. But if he scores before another out is collected for force, then it would be earned.
Well, that's the first run given up by Joshua Jesuit, earned or unearned. I'll put it that way.
You are correct, sir. Here's the first pitch against the lefty here, Dupier. And the pitch is outside, 1-0. He got an RBI the hard way last time up. He was hit by a pitch. Long hold from Jesuit and the 1-0 inside corner. And the count is 1-1 The weird thing about that, as we saw earlier, Peterson in this instance was expecting outside, garnished it in. With his glove moving, it can kind of confuse some people, but that one did hit on the inside corner against the lefty. Lucier, runner goes, swing. The throw over to second is not in time as it's kicked away. And it will be a delayed steal home. It is now 6-5.
Questioning the throw down by Peterson and the decision to throw it down there. You guys are holding a 2-run lead. And try to get the guy stealing for the out, but that allows the runner from third to come home, pick up another run for the Silver Knights. Now they're down 1, get a runner now in scoring position.
Here's a 1-2, cut on a miss for strike 3, and boy, that's tough for the Suns to swallow there, even with the strikeout.
It's been back-to-back tough innings for Suns pitching. First for Altier, bailed out by Langford. Now for Jesuit, who has been lights out so far this season.
Also failed to mention that will go down as a stolen base for both Lucier and Sandstrom on the throw to second, the runner on third with a delayed steal that will be accreditation for a stolen base. First pitch, a high fly ball to center. Going back there is the center fielder, Trenkel. He will collect the final out of the inning. So it'll be a fly out to center, but not before after the Suns get 2 last inning. Silver Knights get those 2 back. 2 runs off 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We now head through 7.5 to the bottom of the 8th. A new pitcher in the ballgame for the Silver Knights as the Suns lead it 6-5. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey,
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
There's a new pitcher in the ballgame here for the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. That is right-handed hurler number 19, Manny Ray, for the Nashua Silver Knights. As we take a peek at Manny Ray, he has no current record in 4 appearances, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, only 1 strikeout, with a 4.76 ERA, but again, only 5 2/3 innings pitched.
Number 13, Jackson Peterson.
And as Connor, the PA announcer, just stated, it'll be the middle of the order, starting with the catcher, number 13, Jackson Peterson. Grounded into a double play for his first at-bat, but then an RBI single and run scored in the 4th, and a double to right in the 6th, has improved his night to a 2-for-3 outing. First pitch, and that one shaded foul third base side and out of play. Pitch, that one misses low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike here from Ray to Peterson.
Very compact motion from Ray. It's a very quick duck and throw on the arm.
Big cut and miss there, as now it goes to 1-2.
And he can deal. We have seen some fire so far.
Ray with the 1-2. This one, I think that one was actually double tapped there by Peterson. It sounded like it. I say double tap because when he swung, I think the bat made contact with the ball twice. Still a foul ball, but just wacky to see that happen. Here's a 1-2. Lifted in the infield. And that's the third baseman backtracking. And he will drop it. He sat right underneath it and tried going for the catch, but here goes the phrase, don't hot dog it, you'll get mustard all over yourself. In this case, he's got a yellow stain on the jersey and the shape of an error.
Pretty routine play there. I mean, I don't know what happened there. Just lost it. I'm not sure.
Wind all of a sudden.
I don't
took
know.
It. He danced around on the infield there. Couldn't seem to get under it.
Pitch. That one misses low and inside. The count here is 1-0. Peterson is on first after just a straight miss there by Lucier. Ray with the pitch as this one misses low. 2 balls, no strikes here to Osmond. This one bounces, hits the plate. Where did it go? In front of the catcher. That one literally straight up in the air. So that'll go down as a wild pitch. Ball 3. (3-0) the count to Osmond, who will more than likely, again, he will be sitting on this pitch. (3-0) swinging. And this one headed over to second. Throw over to first in time. It works halfway decent there for Osmond. Moves the runner over to third, 1 gone. And the Suns certainly could use an insurance run.
Yes, they could. And ultimately, I think that's not a bad play by Osmond to come out swinging on that. Again, it advances the runner Peterson. And at this point, it's going to be a tight finish. Every run will help.
Osmond's a guy that we've seen get multiple 3-0 counts, and he swung on every single pitch, pretty much. That have been strikes at least.
Jack Cooney will pinch run here for Peterson, so his night is finished. And there's going to be a pinch helmet as well. Swapping helmets as well. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
It's kind of a curious move putting Cooney in once the runner is already advanced to third. I mean, either
looking for a sac fly.
I suppose that's possible. Yeah, fair enough.
That is the reason why. Infields will come in. No matter what, if Cooney scores, it will be unearned. Pitch. Swinging and missing there is Tranquil, 0-1. Righty warming up in the pen for the Suns, as well as a righty for the Silver Knights. The 0-1 misses, low and away.
Still Henry Leak going for the Suns. Jimmy Fahey up for the Silver Knights.
1-1, big cut and miss there by Tranquil, and now it's 1-2. The 1-2 misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Cooney replacing Peterson. More than likely with the off day, they will be bringing in Fernandez to catch the ninth with Matt Malcolm already DHing. Highly doubt that they'll take out the DH just in case. As the pitch misses low now, 3-2. The count is full with 1 gone in, a runner on third. Ray with a payoff. Well, he'll have to sit down with double or nothing as this one's fouled back.
What a defensive replacement that's going to be for the Suns. Andrew Fernandez behind home plate. I don't think he can ask for much better than that. No disrespect to Jackson Peterson, who's no slouch himself.
A payoff, this one going over the second baseman's head. And it'll be Cooney. He will score. An RBI single by Caden Tranquil. Suns now lead at 7-5.
That's a big run for the Pittsfield Suns. Huge run in a game that they really want to have to bounce back from some unfortunate losses the last couple games.
Jeff Bogus, 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, RBI single, and strikeout in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th innings. He'll stay in even par with the even innings offensively. Tranquil, a good-sized lead. He will go. Swung on and missed. The throw over to second is not in time. Pitch was low.
He's already caught stealing once in this game. Make it there. Plenty of time. Not a good throw from the catcher, Aaron.
He got it out of his glove quickly, but the throw was well low. Didn't have much of a chance at getting Tranquil.
Ray checks second. The pitch. Big cut and miss there. Pulling the string as it's low. Strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Cut on a miss. Tag is applied. And that is strike 3. Down goes Bogus for the 2nd time in a row. And here comes Jack Colley looking for a bit of redemption here today. A couple strikeouts, a ground out. He's 0 for 3. So any future runs in this inning will now be unearned, no matter what. Pickoff throw to second. Nearly thrown into center field. Good stab there by Achilles. First pitch. That one just misses. Good pitch, but just missed the zone. 1-0. Ray with the 1-0. Misses high. Now 2-0. Ray with a 2-0. This one misses low and outside. Now 3-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Held outfield, Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Billy Madewell, Colin Quinn, Steve O'Brien Jr. As we are in the bottom of the 8th, a run has come in. It is 3-1 to Jack Colley with a runner on second and 2 gone. Pittsfield Suns lead the Nashua Silver Knights by a score of 7-5. Now a step off.
Got to be a pitch to hit here for if you're at Jack Colley. Good chance to give another insurance run to the Suns here.
Here's a pitch. He will take it. Expecting ball 4. He will not do so. It is called strike. 3-2. Here's a payout pitch. Swung on this one, headed towards short. Grabbed there by Cowles. Throw over to first in time. And that will end the inning. So in the inning, 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We now head to the top of the 9th as the Pittsfield Suns, well, they try to close this one out as they lead the Nashua Silver Knights by a score of 7-5. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
The following commercial is sponsored by FeedThePig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
Lowest prices in town. Dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
nor will we brag about our
Huge selection. Enormous variety.
we will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Pittsfield Suns. Coming in to pitch the 9th in this 7-5 game against Nashua is number 35, Henry Leake. Meanwhile, while he gets warmed up, we're going to take a quick look around the FCBL one more time before we head home tonight. Again, final from earlier, Worcester 6, North Shore 1. That's the first game of a doubleheader. North Shore with 4 runs in the 5th inning. They jump out to a 5-3 lead over the Bravehearts in the second of that doubleheader. Brockton and Westfield has gone final 9-3. Brockton piling on in the late innings, 1, 2, and 3 runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, respectively, to take a 9-3 victory. And the Pittsfield Suns lead the Nashua Silver Knights in the top of the 9th, 7-5. That's your look around the FCBL.
Henry Lee coming out to close this one out, and he will face Benjamin Cowles, the best hitters that the Silver Knights have. First pitch misses the zone. It will say high, 1-0. Cowles, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 1 an RBI. This one is shot foul. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Scheduled for on deck, Joe Bramante, Jack Aaron as well. This pitch does hit the outside corner. A great breaking ball action there from Henry Leak. Here's the 1-2. This one bounces in for a ball 2-2. And Henry Leak, talk as much as about Bryce Osmond, about being a highly, highly talented prospect, but you have to look at Henry Leak in almost the same way. This one overpitched. It misses low and away. 3-2. Henry Leak is a utility player, primarily a pitcher, but he was ranked the 20th ranked third baseman in California and 188th in the country for the 2017 class by Perfect Game. Big cut and miss for strike 3, 1 gone. Also for Perfect Game, they graded him as an 8 out of 10 prospect, which is going to be a draft prospect. You're definitely going to see him drafted at some point or another. He's also a big strikeout artist in his career at Babson. 36 strikeouts in 27 2/3 innings. That's 11.71 K per 9, which is fantastic. This is not Joe Bramante. This is number 30, Mike LaRocca. And the first pitch is in there, a called strike. Count is 0-1. LaRocca, 280. He's 7 for 25. Pitch misses inside. He's got a homer, 3 RBI. Here's a pitch. That one right there, about thigh high. 1-2 here for Leak. Quickly going back to the stretch, which he works exclusively from. The 1-2. This is inside, 2-2.
Leak had a 0.00 ERA through his first 4 appearances with the Suns. Gave up his first earned run in his last outing, which came right here against the Brockton Rocks on Monday.
2-2, cut on a miss for strike 3. Mark it 2 strikeouts for Henry Leak, looking to bounce back. And now the Pittsfield Suns are 1 out away. It'll be the catcher, number 4, Jack Aaron. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Leak sets, pitch, in. Called strike, 0-1. 0-1, and that one's also in there. Now the Pittsfield Suns are 1 strike away. Count is 0-2. Top 9, Suns lead the Silver Knights 7-5. Time is called. Leak will set. The 0-2. This one a hot shot lined, and it's one hop over to second, throw over to first in time, and the Pittsfield Suns pick up the victory by a final score of 7-5. That is a much-needed victory for the Suns, and we'll get into why that is when we go to the Pittsfield Suns postgame show when we come back right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcast Association and this station.
Welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Now, back to Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with your host, Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. The Pittsfield Suns survive late after a late surge by the Nashua Silver Knights. They hang on to win this one by a final score of 7-5.
It was really a much-needed win for the Suns. As we've said multiple times today, the last couple of games just kind of got away from them. Games that they felt like they should have had, that we felt like they should have had, or at least they had a chance at. And to see them come through tonight was, after things got a little dicey, it was excellent to see.
Sure was. They really played a great game altogether. They ended up with 10 hits, 7 runs, really got the job done. Mark Cooley with the 2 home runs was a huge part in the victory. And Jackson Peterson and Connor Berry, that middle of the order really just got the job done. And I know we were talking earlier, even before we went on air, about how this lineup really seemed like this was going to be the game where the Suns put it all together and going to have an offensive explosion. And that's exactly really what they did. And they sorted out their runs. They weren't just a combined 6 runs in one inning or 5 runs in one inning. They had a couple runs here and there, and they were able to get insurance when they needed it too.
And for the Pittsfield Suns, they defeated the hottest team in the FCBL right now, as the Nashua Silver Knights coming into the ballgame 8-2 in their last 10 games played. And now it is official. It is final. The Pittsfield Suns will be the last team to see double-digit losses, because we've already seen the North Shore Navigators lose today for their 10th loss. And the Pittsfield Suns right now have improved to 13-9, while the Nashua Silver Knights have dropped to 1 game over 500 at 12-11. This is how they did it. Leading off the ball game, first batter, first homer, Mark Cooley. 3 runs in the 4th. And some big ones, too, for them. Jackson Peterson with an RBI single. Jeff Bogus with an RBI single. And then off a wild pitch, Caden Trinkle scored off a pass ball, then wild pitch advancing. Then it was the Nashua Silver Knights who tried to come back. Top 6, an RBI double by Benjamin Cowles. Top 7, bases loaded, hit by pitch by Jared Dupier. RBI single by Dylan Jones as well. Suns would get 2 more by, once again, Mark Coley. This time a 2-run shot, again on his mother's birthday, who is in attendance. Great sight to see, great story as well. 2 more runs from the Nashua Silver Knights. This would be in the top of the 8th. Noah Lucier with an RBI single, but also a double steal. Lucier heading to second, then Sandstrom, who's on third, advancing home. Then the Pittsfield Suns, they tack on another run, as it was 6-5. They tack on another run thanks to an RBI single by Caden Trinkle. A final score of 7-5, 7-10-1 for the Suns, 5-12-1 for the Silver Knights. A big win for the Pittsfield Suns. They sit atop alone on the FCBL leaderboard and standings. Much needed win after some games that got away from them. This one they held on.
I think one of the key, it was a small sequence, but it was something that really stood out to me as this team finding any way it needed to win the game. In the bottom of the 8th, Jackson Peterson reached base on an error on a pop-up. Osmond brought him over to second on what was essentially a sacrifice play. He was replaced when he got to third by Jack Cooney, ultimately a non-factor, as the next hit was a base hit to bring him in. And then a stolen base by Caden Trinkle. It was a real small ball kind of feel inning to it. And it was in stark contrast to some of the offense we saw earlier today. Again, Pittsfield doing anything they needed to do to win this game. I was really impressed by that.
Something that really stood out to me, or a player really that stood out to me today, that may go unnoticed really in this game, is Ryan Langford and how huge his his one inning was for the Pittsfield Suns. Bases loaded, he comes into a huge jam, and he gets basically what to him was a 1-2-3 inning, no problems really, had 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right field. But his outing really for me was huge, and this game could be totally different if it wasn't for his pitching in the 7th.
I can't agree more with you, man. That was going to be my final thought of the day. He's the hero of the game to me. I don't think there's any, no disrespect to Marcoli, no disrespect to Mike Noki. You had a really good outing today, but Langford, if he doesn't have that shutdown inning as soon as he comes in, this could easily be a Nashua Silver Knights victory that we're looking at right now. He is the hero of the game to me. I'm so impressed with Langford.
Definitely an underrated player for the Pittsfield Suns. Mike Noki, however, he will be getting the victory. His 3rd start, his 3rd winning victory. So he now improves to 3-0. Getting the loss in tonight's contest, that'll be Patrick Harrington for the Nashua Silver Knights. And as you look at Harrington down his line right now, I believe that now drops him to an even 2-2 in 5 appearances. Getting holds, yes, multiple, will be Ryan Langford, the much-needed hold, and there's not enough emphasis to say that. Also, Joshua Jesuit, and getting the save, of course, will be the man who closed it out. That will be Henry Leake, a much-needed closeout for Henry Leake and for the Pittsfield Suns. Leake will have his 2nd save on the season. The Pittsfield Suns player of the game, well, let's see. Mother in attendance, mother's birthday, 2 homers. Yeah, you get it.
I think you got him.
Mark Coley, big game for the young man there. He went a total of 2 for 4, 2 jacks, 3 total RBI. What a game from him. And the pitcher of the game needed, definitely needed, will be Mike Noki with the quality start, going the innings as long as he did, trying to relieve his relieving core by trying to be out there as long as humanly possible and competitively possible as well. But just a big game for the Pittsfield Suns. And gentlemen, I'd like to get your final thoughts on tonight's contest. We'll start with you, Steve.
Well, for my final thought, I just want to take a quick look at the standings again. Pittsfield on top with a 13-9 record, Brockton 14-10. So they're knotted in terms of games back. Pittsfield has the tiebreaker by virtue of a higher winning percentage. North Shore suddenly lost with, the game in progress pending, has lost 3 in a row. They're 3-7 in their last 10. It looked like it was just North Shore's world and we were living in it for a while. They've sort of fallen off. So it's Pittsfield and Brockton atop the standings. And, who are we playing tomorrow night here at Wacona Park? The Brockton Rocks. That's going to be a doozy.
Final thoughts from me. Really, the performance that I mentioned already from Ryan Langford, he was just absolutely fantastic, going that full inning and really bailing out his team when they needed him most and putting up 7 runs and 10 hits. The Pittsfield Suns have struggled really to get runs and hits across the board against the Nashua Silver Knights this season, and they were able to get the job done here today. And they're out of the losing streak, and now they are hopefully going to keep winning and rising up in the standings and maintain their first place accolades.
This ballgame started at 6:33 p.m., ended at 9:16 with a 8-minute sun delay from 7:41 to 7:49. That sun delay, by the way, was tied for the shortest sun delay in Pittsfield Suns history, all the way back from 2017 with the 8-minute sun delay there as well. It was a game time total for this ball game for 2 hours and 35 minutes. And what a fantastic game it was. The next time you'll hear from us will be, well, tomorrow night, a clash of the Titans. Pittsfield Suns will be hosting the visiting Brockton Rocks. First pitch scheduled for 6:30, and pregame is set for 6:15. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for us. For players, coaches, umpires, and fans, alongside Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn, this is Billy Madewell signing off, saying thank you for listening and watching into Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Please join us next time for more exciting baseball action from Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park. This play-by-play broadcast of Pittsfield Suns Baseball was a production of the Pittsfield Suns. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the Pittsfield Suns is strictly prohibited.